Remember how, I mean, I kind of thought it at first, and I saw some other reviews, and people thought, well, season 2 of Picard is better than the first one. But that's really only by default, and it quickly became evident that it wasn't going to be much better, and it all just fizzled. I mean, when it starts off, there's actual Starfleet, and they're in Starfleet, and you think, hey, it's almost a Star Trek show, and then, no. Because, they couldn't afford it. They had to shoot some stuff in the parking lot, and then at Picard's house, and that was it. So, just didn't want to spend the money, I guess. It doesn't really matter. So what was it all about? Oh, boy, it was penance, Boy, Q was so mad. What was the deal? They had to go back in time to put back right what once went wrong, And that boiled down to Picard, giving his ancestor a pep talk so she could get over her crippling anxiety and command a spaceship mission, which really begs the question, how'd she ever get into the program? But anyway, well, she does, don't worry, she makes it, despite evil Dr. Soong, who became evil overnight apparently, and I tried to poison her, but the not Laris lady managed to disguise herself as what's her name, Picard's great grandma, or great aunt, something, I forget. Oh, Renee, that was her name. Yeah, Renee. Oh yeah, and the cryptic warning from Agnes Borg was that one Renee had to live and the other one had to die. Yeah, for a second there I thought, oh crap, they're gonna have to clone her with Soong's clone stuff, and so that the timeline could be fixed where a fake Renee completes the mission. But no, that's not what happened. Laris just disguised herself and died in her place, while Renee went into outer space. Despite her deep psychosis and emotional problems, but all these weird people and a woman from outer space says, I've been watching you all your life, and all this stuff happens, and she's like, well, whatever that was, and a mad scientist tries to kill her too, and she just hops on the ship and goes and does her mission, and everything's cool. So this was the moment that had she not done that, then the fascism would have reigned supreme or something. I don't know. So anyway, Soong's all pissed off and upset, so he does and his fake daughter deleted all his files, so he's like, oh damn, now I got nothing. So then he goes to his paper files, because see, you can't delete that, can you, unless you knew where it was and you lit a match or whatever. But now he's got this file. Can you guess what it is? Oh, it's called Project Con. Yeah, that's not it. No, nobody called. That was just the guy's name. That's pretty bad. So they figure, hey, we saved the day. I guess they don't really know, and they go back to Picard's old rundown house and realize they're stuck in the past, and they're gonna have to figure out how to live there. Oh, but then Q shows up, and all's forgiven, because you know what? You want to know what the real reason this all was? Because they made it sound like, oh, Picard had done something, we were going to learn something, but all we found out was I don't know, he blocked the death of his mother and her suicide, and what a nut she was, and dreamed she existed, I guess, because that's, she died of old age in the Next Generation. Yeah, but anyway, never mind that. It turns out Q was upset with Picard because while he's dying, he just wanted to make sure his buddy Picard had a happy life, and that Picard had always denied himself love. So he was mad at Picard for turning Laris down, because she bust a move on him and he didn't take her up on it. So he wants Picard to go get laid. And so that was the whole thing. He wants Picard to get laid. Because apparently Q never found time in all his eternity and immortality or whatever, which apparently is not so immortal. Because he said, "Yeah, I'm dying. Yeah, no, I'm going to get on that. I'm dying." And I guess he never got laid. I don't know. So he was like, "I don't want you to be like me, Picard." So that's what it was. He didn't fix any timelines. He didn't make Picard human again. He didn't. He just wanted Picard to get laid. And I guess he did. I mean, fortunately, we didn't have to sit through that. Him and Laris have a little romantic moment at the end of the show. So there you go. So, yeah, they're sent back to the moment they left, back on the Stargazer, except Rios isn't there because he wanted to stay back in the past because he's all in love with the doctor lady that he met. And so there you go. And it turns out the Borg Queen was wearing a mask because it was really Agnes. And she knew all along what was going on. So she's there to help the Federation defend itself from a galactic event. So this big wormhole thing opens up and Raffi's like, "What the hell is that? We've never seen anything like it before." And they've seen hundreds of them. But it was going to shoot this burst of energy that would wipe out the whole sector. So they needed the Borg Queen to set up a shield mechanism through the starships they had, which are about, I don't know, 15 or 20. And so it puts up this little shield, and the little blast comes out, and it can't get through, and so then it just sort of dies out. And then the wormhole thingy turns blue and just sits there. And so the Agnes Borg says, "Hey, it's probably a threat, so I'm seeking admission into the Federation, and I'll guard it for you until we can figure out what to do." And they're like, "Yay!" So that's what that was. Yeah. Well, it's probably some crap they're going to revisit when they have all the shows cross over, so probably Burnham will come through it in Discovery. And then they'll cross over with Strange New Worlds too, so they can have their in-game. See? Yeah. So anyway, that's about it. Oh, well, then they go to a bar, and so Guinan's there, but now it's back to being Whoopi Goldberg, and old Guinan tells him, "Yeah, I knew all along, but I couldn't say anything because, time and stuff," which they didn't really care about messing up because they sure killed a lot of people, and yeah, whatever. And she tells him, "Oh, Rios had a good life. His stepson went on to invent stuff, and I forget whatever, space flight and miracles and medicine or some shit. I don't know. He was, Einstein and Jesus and Superman all in one." So, and then Rios got in a bar fight somewhere else and died. So, but he was smoking a cigar before he died, so they smiled about that. Yeah. So I don't know how that, I guess that was always meant to be, I suppose, because, you don't want to mess up timelines and stuff. That's supposed to be important, but yeah, well, who cares? And then, of course, Picard goes home to knock up, maybe not knock up, Laris. Well, bang Laris, yeah. So anyway, there you go. I don't know if he'll still be banging Laris in the next season where it's going to be the whole Next Generation returns. I don't know. Poor Beverly. "I waited for you." "Well, you shouldn't have. I like him Romulan now." Yeah. And that'll be that. Oh my goodness, how could I forget? I'm so sorry. Yes, there was a special guest star. Did you ever want to know what happened to Wesley Crusher? Yeah, me neither, but we find out. Yeah, it turns out he can travel through time and space at will or whatever because he's a traveler. Remember that creepy freak that I really want to teach you things, Wesley. And then they went off together into the cosmos. Yeah. So that's what he's been doing. And so he shows up and recruits what's-her-face, Sung's clone daughter. And they go off together so that she can be a traveler too. And I guess the idea was that the travelers were the ones that set up Gary Seven and not Laris to be, a supervisor or observer, watcher, whatever. And so there you go. You see, they wrapped it all up for you. Boy, it all works out, huh? It's so sad. Anyway, there you go. Only one more season left. Imagine that.